Everybody in the room. My name is Jen, and I met Julia through the birth center. I'm actually a nurse at the birth center and also delivered my daughter there, close to when she delivered hers, so that was kind of fun. We took a class together, and I've been doing essential oils for about 2.5 years. I was a candle addict. I just loved them so much, and I would have them in every room of the house. And then I learned that candles had a lot of toxins in them that were actively harming or altering my different systems, my endocrine system, thyroid system, and that's not a good thing. So I decided I should try an alternative that's healthier. And so I initially got the diffuser and the starter kit just to make my house smell good because I knew it was doing some kind of beneficial thing for my body, but it was also just smelling really good. So I did that for about a year, and then I got pregnant and eventually had my daughter, and then everything changed because everything suddenly mattered a whole lot more when I had a kid. And I realized that I could use oils for a lot of things. Yeah, I could smell them and they would help my body be more balanced in different ways, but I could ingest them, I could balance my different body systems. So that's when I really just delved in full force and just started loving oils for all the things that they could do. And so now I help moms at the birth center know how to use them for themselves, for pregnancy, for their babies, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. So that's kind of my background with oils specifically, but we do Young Living because I'm really picky as a nurse and as a mom about the company that I use because I want it to be a company that's really transparent. And as you may or may not know, in a lot of stores now, you can get oils anywhere, and they're not necessarily the best quality because they don't have to put on the label their dilution ratio, so they could be heavily diluted oil or they could have been distilled using solvents and chemicals, so it's not a pure plant. Whereas Young Living has a process called seed to seal, which they explain in their catalog here, but Julia has paper, so I'll just show this to you. So basically, from the ground, so the very soil that they have, they're having their own farms that they totally oversee. So they don't even use pesticides or like fertilizer, different things. Everything is completely organic, and they pay people to hand weed all their farms that are in America, but also across the globe. So they have over 20 farms, depending on the different plants, because they've studied where plants grow best, because different plants have beneficial properties for your body. And say lavender grown in Utah does not have the same effect as lavender if it was grown in Ecuador. And peppermint might have a different property grown in one region or another. So they really want it to have its maximum impact on the body, which is why they have different farms all over. But all of them are hand-weeded by people. So they're conscious about their fertilizer and their soil, but then when they actually cultivate the oil and distill the oil, they just use the plant and they use water. So it takes more time and it's more expensive, but nothing else is going into the bottle of essential oil except for the oil itself. So I know that these oils can be ingested. I can put them on my baby. I can put them on myself, pregnant. If you're not pregnant, it doesn't matter. They're safe. I mean, there's different guidelines depending on, you know, what stage of life you're in and dilution ratios, if you have a really young baby or not. But the fact is I can trust that there's nothing but the essential oil, so it's going to do what the oil is supposed to do. So that's why I trust Young Living specifically, because they have a really rigorous process where they're testing their oils and watching them from seed to seal. And as a mom, I'm just really picky about that. So that's what makes it distinct from the oils that you might find in the store, even at the co-op, even at Whole Foods. They'll market them as a pure oil or maybe as a therapeutic oil, but you have to research the company because they can, if they're ethnically sourced or if they say you shouldn't ingest oil, then that probably means it has some kind of a solvent or a chemical in it. So if you're going to try any other oil, research the company and where that company gets their oils from and make sure it's 100% pure. But that's why I trust Young Living, because they're totally transparent with the process. And they've been around for over 20 years, so they've been doing this for a while, and even further than the 20 years, the leader of Young Living has been studying essential oils all over the globe. It's been like his life's work studying them. So it's just amazing to see the quality that they put into the company, for sure. But Is there something else I'm supposed to share besides seed to seal?
No, that was
I could
really,
jabber for a
no,
while.
that was excellent. I think if two of you just talk about the 3 ways, the topically.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
So Young Living, FDA has regulated Young Living and other larger essential oil companies because we've been making an impact on the community. So one thing that they've asked us to do is they've asked us to do separate labels. So there's a white label and there's just a solid colored label. The white label is what's called Vitality line, which means you can ingest the oil. And a solid label is a non-vitality, it's just the regular oil, which means you can put it on externally or diffuse it. If you see a peppermint vitality and a regular peppermint, it's the same exact oil in the bottle. But for labeling purposes, we just have to have a separate label saying you can ingest one and put it on topically for another. So if that gives you a better understanding of that. But the 3 ways that you can use them is ingesting the oil internally, so the vitality oils, like in your water. Sometimes I'll put a drop of these vitality on a tea bag and have it in my hot tea to support my immune system. You can put them in capsules. Some people will just put them directly underneath of their tongue or on their tongue if they want to freshen their breath. But also the tongue's a good place to help with just emotional balance and to go right to the brain, so that's a good spot. You can topically apply the oil. So on every bottle label, they'll say whether or not you should dilute the oil. So some of them you can put, like Panaway, I'll put in coconut oil or something and rub it on my back. And it's not necessarily one oil needs to be diluted, but the oil can help it to go farther. So mixing it with something like a coconut oil or almond oil can just help spread it out. So you can rub it on your skin directly, ingest it, and then smell it. So you can just smell it right from the bottle. What we did earlier before you guys popped on, so you guys missed out on this little bit of fun, but we rubbed lavender oil on our hands and we just breathed it in. So that's a way to get the oil to go right to your limbic system in your brain and help to just regulate your emotional balance. Diffusing it is another great way. It just emits the oil into the air, so it fills the entire room. Whenever my father-in-law comes over, he jokes and he's like, "What am I huffing today?" And he like smells it. And it's really funny because he doesn't have a good sense of smell for whatever reason, but he's just like, "I know it's good for me, so I should just smell it." But yeah, and as a nurse too, I'm really into the science behind essential oils and how they work with your body. So I did a little bit of research about that. And when you smell the oil, or however you apply the oil, whether it's ingesting it or topically applying it, they have the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and go directly into your limbic system. And your limbic system is a part of your brain that controls all of your emotional processes. So it's a really key system to help you feel calm or to feel more alert maybe, depending on what it is that you're needing an oil for. So these are really potent things that are all natural from the earth that we can use to help regulate our systems. And they can do so many other things, which Julia will get into in a little bit too, but that's an interesting way how it correlates with your brain. The other thing is a lot of us will put oils on our feet, rub it on our feet or on our big toes, depending on what we want to do, and that's based on reflexology. They've studied with acupressure and acupuncture even that there's different parts of your feet and your hands that correspond with different parts of your body. Like your big toe corresponds with your brain, and the rest of your toes correspond with your ears and your eyes, and there's just different parts of the feet. So if you actually put a cut onion on the bottom of your foot, you would taste it within 15 minutes, 5 or 15 minutes depending. So it just goes to show that it really interacts with your whole body when you're putting them on your feet. So it's a nice place if you don't like the smell of an oil, you can put it on your feet and it's still going to have a good effect on your body. So yeah, so that's a little bit of background about the oils.
Perfect. Thank you so much. She's the essential oil guru. I just get really excited.
I can jabber so much. I'm like having to rein it in.
No, I love listening to it all. She does all the research and I just absorb it all. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
So I'll talk a little bit about how I got started with them, and then I'm going to go into the premium starter kit, which we might need to move over a little bit so we can see it.
Can I ask something? What's in that?
In this? I don't know.
Oh, so what is in the diffuser is actually 4 drops of lavender, water, and 2 drops of joy.
I love
And lavender actually does come in the premium starter kit. You also have lavender, so you know how awesome it smells.
Yeah.
So I got started using essential oils because of Jennifer. I had a baby close to her, as she mentioned, and we were all getting sick a lot. And we all were not sleeping also. So not only were we in like an emotionally very hard place, as people that have children know, we were also getting, our immune system was like, meh. And Elizabeth was in daycare, and so it was just like one train after another. And I couldn't handle it anymore. And I hate to complain on Facebook. I try to be positive all the time. But I was complaining on Facebook, and I was like, I can't take this anymore. And I remember Jennifer messaging me and saying, do you just want to, you want to try a couple of these, see if they help you out, see if they do anything for you? And I thought, well, if she's willing to let me try them, like she's not benefiting from this at all, she just wants to give them to me because she thinks that it's going to help me out, then they probably do work. And I know her from the birth center, so she gets a lot of credibility for seeing me right after I had a baby, straight off the bat. So I was like, okay, well, let me learn a little bit more about this. And I started out with RC and Thieves. Those were my gateway oils.
You loved your RC.
I loved my RC and Thieves, and I just kept getting it. And I was like, Jennifer, I want some more of this. This is working. This is really helping us all. Like, not only is it's supporting our wellness, but it's supporting our emotional well-being as well. And this is doing something, so I want more of it. So I kept ordering Thieves and RC, and she's like, well, why don't you try some other ones too? And then I decided to get the premium starter kit, which it was honestly the best decision I've made probably in the past couple of years. Because it just is helping in all areas of our life, and it's making such a difference for the entire family, not just myself. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it. I'm not going to talk about it though, but I'll buy it. And she was like, okay, that's fine, go ahead. And so I did, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't be quiet about this. I need to shout it from the rooftops. I want to tell all my friends because it's actually, it's making a difference. It's working, it's helping us. And I feel like I'm helping other people by talking about it. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. And she's like the researcher, but I just get super excited.
You do all the awesome videos with a cool background, and I just send you the books you should read.
Yeah, so she's got all the background on it, and I just get super excited because it's working. And so if it's working, I want to tell everybody about it. And that's why, I do those videos. That's why I talk about it so much. It's not work for me. Honestly, it just comes from my intuition because I feel like I'm doing something to help better the world by talking about what she educates me on. Yes, it helps. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go through what oils are in here, and we just talked about the diffuser, what's in it right now. So it's super duper easy to use, guys. It's just, I use distilled water, so I don't take it straight from the faucet because I have well water, so I use the Brita water.
Oh, let's turn the light off. I was just going to show them the inside of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they can see it on the video too.
Yeah, it's all steaming.
Yeah.
But you just put cool filtered water in it up to the red line. I'm not going to tip it because then that would be bad. But then you just put these on and click the button.
And so it does have that night light function, or I can just have it going without the light. That's an
If
option
you click
as
it
well.
again,
Yep.
it'll still go.
And that's not the only diffuser that Young Living has. They have one that Jennifer has that I am geeking out over and I really, really, really want. And that's the Aria diffuser.
Aria, yeah.
Aria. And it's a wood base with a glass top, and it's just very it's
Play spa music.
It's a piece of artwork is what that is. And it also diffuses oil.
What a way to sell it.
Yeah,
it was my
that's what
Christmas
that is.
present.
Yeah, so I have to wait till Christmas. Or maybe Mother's Day fast.
Yeah.
So that would be amazing. So that's their top of line diffuser. They also have 3 others I use besides this one as well. I picked this one just because I knew it would function really well, and I like the design too. It's very simplistic and it does its purpose. It works extremely well. So when you purchase the kit, you get the diffuser. Super simple to use. And then you also get 11 essential oils. And by the way, everybody, if you guys are leaving questions on there, as well as in the room, so we'll answer the questions on there later, and then we'll answer the questions in the room after we're done presenting. So feel free, seriously, as soon as the question pops into your head, leave it.
Just comment.
Yeah, because I don't want you to forget. So it comes in this beautiful packaging, which I appreciate as a marketing person. But what's really
Like a gift
important
box.
is, yeah, it's like a gift box. I was honestly really surprised when I got it. I was like, whoa, this was a lot more than I was expecting. So once you open up your box, you're going to see 10 oils right on the top. And there's also going to be 1 extra oil underneath. Just be patient with us, guys, because we're also going to pass around the oil so you can actually use them. Feel free, if you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to, but put it, apply it, smell it, whatever feels good to you. So, like Jennifer just talked about, we have the Vitality line on the top, so you get to try that, and then we have the regular line on the bottom. So you're going to get 5 of each. And I'll start with diagnose. I actually gave diagnose to my mother-in-law for Christmas. So you can always use essential oils as great gifts.
They're good gifts.
They're amazing gifts. And just like the label says, it's for digestive support. So it's in the Vitality line, so you can actually ingest it, or some people like to add it to tea. Some people put it in a capsule, a vegetable capsule, and take it internally.
I like to add it to seltzer water. Being like pregnant, it helps with just calming everything because mornings can just be like you're on a boat. So I like to put diagnose in seltzer, and that really helps a lot.
And here it is right here, if you guys.
It's a strong smelling oil, I'll let you guys know. It's not my favorite smelling oil, but it works so well. I use it all the time. So I actually use the roller to put it, you can put it on your abdomen or on your feet, and it'll just help things. I'll talk more about that after the video. For reasons, if we're being vague with the video, I can tell you why. It's because the FDA has asked that we regulate our wording so that we're compliant, just that we're not using any diagnosable term or symptom. So there are things that we know oils do that we can't necessarily openly share on public media. So you can always feel free to private message Julia and ask more specific questions if we're kind of vaguely answering you on this video.
Okay, so the next one is lemon, and you could use that. I've talked about it a whole bunch already, guys. So I love lemon. You can use it. I just made lemon mint water for everyone that's here, and I used this oil in it. You can use it in your tea in the mornings. You can also use it to add it to your when you're making cleaning agents, and if you're making a thieves spray, if you want to add lemon to it, that's a great option as well. It's just super fresh, obviously, and if you're having like the winter blues, I like to diffuse it just to make it feel like vacation and nice and summery in the house. So that's a great way to use it as well. Is there anything else you'd like to add for lemon?
It also, ingesting it helps to support your immune system as well, which is another great reason to put it in your tea. I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but yeah, that's an immune supporting oil.
And then thieves is definitely, like I just said, that was my gateway oil. So
it's the best.
It is
oil.
It's seriously the best. And that's why Young Living has made it into like 25 different other products, because it is the best. You can use it for so many different things. So that is extremely, extremely good for supporting your immune system. And they have a cleaning aid that has thieves in it. They have cough drops that have thieves in it. Hand purifier.
They make inner defense. They make supplements too. So Young Living offers different kind of like vitamin alternatives. So they have one called Inner Defense that helps with the immune system. That thieves is in as well. Masia, I think it's in Masia.
Yeah. And the story behind thieves is really cool. I don't know if you guys have heard it or not. But
yeah, it's great.
I don't know what year it was, but hundreds of years ago.
I think it was the 1800s maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Long time
ago. It was
ago.
when the bubonic plague was.
Yes, the bubonic plague
was
was going around, and there was these people that were putting this different combination of oils on their feet, and
there was herbs at the time.
Herbs on their feet, and they were robbing people. And these people were not getting sick, and nobody understood why these people were not getting it, and they were also taking things from people, which is not nice.
Dying people.
Yeah, dying people. Not nice.
Yeah.
But it was just amazing that they were surviving. So I guess what they did is when they caught them, they said, we'll give you...
they forced them to divulge their secret. And that was the herb blend that we made into an oil blend called Thieves, named after the robbers.
So it's a really cool story as well. Mm-hmm. Not only a super amazing oil. So, Coat by Eva, did I just say that right? Yay! It only took 20 videos, guys.
I used to call it copaiba. Everybody calls it something different.
So I finally said it right. So this is a lot like diagnose as well. It also, helps people use this one for.
Well, it's a magnifying oil. So it's the sort of oil that if you blend it or combine it with another oil, it increases the properties of whatever oil you're combining it with. I use it on my daughter's gums directly, undiluted. She's a baby, so gum support is very nice and needed. And it does, I don't mind the taste because, of course, before I put it on her, I tasted it. It's okay. I mean, she's used to it now. So I actually combine it with thieves and put it in coconut oil, and every night before bedtime, she gets a gum rub with those two oils. Yeah. You can also use it after a workout on your muscles. It's really good for that as well.
I also have the coconut oil concoction that she mentioned. It works wonderful for Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely amazing. Peppermint is the next one. It's absolutely amazing. This is a lot of people's favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use this, like I said, you can use it in your tea with your thieves as well. It kind of gives it a nice flavor to it. It's very, very strong. I was just telling the ladies in the room about how one drop is supposedly like 24 cups of peppermint tea. So I mean, this is very, very potent stuff. You don't need a lot of it, and it goes a long way. Mm-hmm. And I think I have some right here, so you can smell it.
It's also good in brownies.
Yes, chocolate peppermint brownies.
Yeah, those
I was
are
gonna make those,
amazing.
but I
Hot
got
chocolate.
lazy.
I love cookie dough.
Yeah. And it's also like we were talking earlier, it could be a breath mint. So you could just put that, you could try it if you want to like lick a little bit off your hands and try it.
Drop
and
a drop and-
how it feels in your mouth, very refreshing.
Yeah.
Next up we have Panaway. So this is an awesome one you're going to get you're going to get a roller bottle with your premium starter kit, and a lot of people like to apply it to the Panaway bottle, and you just rub this on your muscles after a long workout. So it's great for if you were just working in the yard all day or just had a tough workout or a long run. It's great to apply it to your muscles.
I can't smell anything. Just rinse it down. It's like if you have your water or something. I know, it was a bit much for me the first time. I definitely prefer mixing it in with something. It's also good, like, rubbing it on your neck, too. But, yeah, it's strong. Especially if it's
That's strong.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Woo.
Yeah, and like they smell so pure. Like, I mean, I was a candle addict all the time, and when I started to smell these oils, I was like, they like don't smell chemically. Like you didn't even know that candles smell, like that you could smell the chemicals that were in the candles until you smelled oils, and then it's like, oh, that's different.
Yeah, I was a huge lavender candle addict. I will admit it. And Bath and Body Works addict beforehand. And now, like, I smell it and I'm like, oh, this doesn't smell like a plant. This doesn't smell nice and clean. But you can smell the chemicals in it.
And it works. Let me stick to it.
There you go.
Just like I'm getting my fix over here.
And our next oil is our C. Like I said, another one of my favorites because it was one of the first ones that I started with. So this is very, very good for respiratory support. And if you want to mention anything else that you use it for.
It's great. So the ways that I use RC are in a diffuser, especially by our bedside, like through seasonal changes. Sometimes it helps Autumnite at night when she's going through things. I also like to use it in my shower. So if I really want to breathe deep and easy, I'll just get a hot shower going and I'll plug the drain and I'll drop a drop or two in the bottom of the shower, and like the steam makes it fill the air, and I just take deep breaths and it just clears me out. So that's a really good one for that. And chest rub too. Sorry to add that in, but I do it for Autumnite too, and I think you did it for Elizabeth, dropping in coconut oil and putting it on the chest and on the back too. Really helps.
And then we have frankincense, which is absolutely amazing, and it's super kind of Young Living to put this in the kit because it's a very, very, very expensive oil. Mm-hmm. So this is great for lots of different uses. A lot of people like to use it when they're meditating, before they go to church, whatever your spiritual background is. It's a very grounding oil. It also is good for if your kids are doing homework or you need to study. It's an oil that a lot of people like to use to help focus and, get down to a task. So it's a very, very nice oil. A lot of people love the way it smells. I mean, they gave it to Jesus, so it's got to be good. It's true. So it's amazing.
And it's like the skin and lavender are like peanut butter and jelly. It just, they love each other. So adding it to like an all natural moisturizer or a face wash is really great for the appearance of healthy looking skin.
I use it instead of like a normal moisturizer. I use a frankincense. I don't diffuse it a lot because honestly it is one of the higher priced oils, so I use it sparingly, but when I do use it, I absolutely love it. And then next is lavender, and I think you guys have heard me talk about lavender enough, but I absolutely love lavender, and I go through it very a lot because I use it very often. So I use it in my bath with some Epsom salts. I use it in my floor cleaner. I use it in a body spray. I could just bathe myself in lavender 24/7.
It smells so good.
It's a very calming oil. I love to diffuse it like we're diffusing it right now. It just makes for a very nice atmosphere. So I love lavender. It's great for taking to work if you are stressed out. Or just stressed out in general. Put it everywhere, guys. So absolutely love lavender.
Yeah, it's great.
So
It's
now,
also the, I'm sorry to
Oh, no,
interrupt you.
you're fine.
I just have these afterthoughts that I remember.
No,
to say.
good.
We call it the Swiss Army knife of
Yes,
oils.
and I wanted to mention that, so I'm glad you
It
did.
can do so many things. Like if you have one oil on hand, that is like if you just had to pick 5 oils, like that's one of the 5 you should have. It can do so many things. It's good for skin. As she mentioned, it's great for calming atmosphere. A lot of people will use it for like more acute things, which I can't specifically mention what they are, but you can use it for a lot of things that you would come upon. Having kids that run around outside all the time, and as a mama, it's a really good oil to rub on yourself.
Oh, and which one of the, is it purification that has a citronella in it? I wanted to mention that as well. Which one?
Let me look. I don't remember.
Yeah, one of them has
Yes.
citronella. Yeah, purification has citronella in it as well, which is very important at this time of year with the little friends that are outside right now.
Yes.
So I just wanted to mention that too. So now we've gone through the entire top layer of the kit. I'm a little slow, so it took me a while to figure out that there's a whole bottom underneath. So it took me a couple weeks to figure out.
Oh my gosh,
It took me
I feel bad.
No, it's fine. It took me a couple weeks to figure out there's fun stuff underneath.
It's like a
What was
surprise.
it? No, it was like Christmas part 2, so it was okay. It was good. That was a very good day. So guys, when you get your kit, take the top layer off. I always tell people because people send me messages when they get there, they're like, I'm so excited. I'm like, take the top layer off. I'm sure you do it. So yes, there's going to be all sorts of fun, lovely things underneath. So Stress Away is an extra oil that's in there. Amazing oil. Just like the name says, stress away. We all need it. Everybody needs it. Just dump it on the planet right now. Yeah, so it's absolutely amazing. So that one I actually made into a roll-on because I used it all up because I was obsessed with it. So the nice thing about Young Living's essential oils is that they're so concentrated, so potent, that even when the bottle's completely empty, you can still use it. So you could fill that up with coconut oil, pop a roller on it, and you could still smell it. And it still smells amazing, so I just rubbed that on.
I love this one.
Yeah, it's a really,
What's
really
this
good.
one now?
Stress Away.
Stress away. Okay.
Yep, and that comes in your kit.
There's supposed to be more of the sample bottles, but I had to use them for something.
No,
so
you're
I
fine. So I actually was so excited about my kit, I used all of it and gave it all away. So Jen had to bring hers over, which thank God she did. So there are these little sample bottles, which a lot of you have gotten these. And you can fill them up with oil and share them with your friends and tell your friends and family about it. Because what's going to happen is you'll be like me, I'm just going to get it, I'm not going to talk about it. And you're going to be like, oh my God, this is working for me. I want to share it with my family and friends. I want to give it as gifts. So you'll use these little bottles. And I often wrap them in bubble wrap and send them in the mail to people because a lot of my loved ones and friends are in Ohio too. So Nixinga Red is absolutely amazing. Jen, I'm going to have you talk about this because you use it a lot.
I do. It's actually one thing that I started using daily recently. I loved it, but I had to just wait until I got the extra points from my Young Living business to have an excuse to buy it because it's a little bit expensive, but it's so good at supporting everything. Your immune system, your metabolism, your digestive system. It's a mixture of wolfberries, acai berries, goji berries, like different berries, and then a blend of essential oils that are just so excellent for supporting yourself daily. So you only need like 1.5 ounces. This is like 2 ounces, so you don't need a whole one of these every day. But these, when you get your kit, just pop them in the fridge and then treat them like the best juice box you'll ever have in your entire life. You just rip it off and you have it, and it's really good. My daughter drinks it every day, and just the success stories that I've heard of the difference in people's lives, especially moms with kids with recurring things going on, once they started introducing Ninja to their daily routine, just the difference that it made in their kids' lives especially was huge. So this is one that we use, especially because my husband goes out to work every single day, and so it just helps us all get the boost where we need it so that we're not coming down with anything that we don't want. And it tastes so good. Like, it is just not a hassle to have that in the morning.
No, it doesn't taste bad at
It's
all.
so
I mean,
good.
it's really, really delicious. And what I recommend is if you have a really busy day or something really chaotic that you know is going to be happening, save it for that and drink it up that morning.
Yeah, it's
because
energizing.
the energizing effects are amazing. And wolfberries, I've been using wolfberries honestly in more things because I just wanted to try it out, because I realized when I did have this, I did have a lot more energy, and honestly, it's been like literally life-changing. Like, I was a coffee addict, I will fully admit it. I mean, I was like, this is how I'm going to get through the day. But this is a lot better for you, and it works just as well. So,
My one, Amber, actually has totally eliminated coffee from her diet and has just been like living on Ninja, and it's been so great. Like, she feels so much better. It's amazing to see the difference.
Yeah.
She's been off it, I think, for about a month now. But
and moms who stop drinking coffee, I mean, that's a real deal right there.
she has 2 kids
That's
who
the real deal.
are very active.
Yeah. So absolutely amazing, and you get some with your kit so you can try it out. And also you're going to get, like I mentioned, the little roller bottle top. So I put it on my Stress Away, and I mean, you can put it on whichever one you want, but a lot of people like to put it on Stress Away. I've seen people put it on Pan Away a lot too, because like we mentioned, you want to rub that on sore muscles. So, and you're also going, like I said, you're going to want to share it, so they give you tools to be able to do that. Now, when you purchase a premium starter kit, you can be like me and say, I'm not going to talk about it, I'm just going to use it and enjoy it. Or you have the option, if you want, you don't have to. No one's making you do it. You can sell it. And if you do decide to sell it, it'll actually, if 3 people are in love with the kit because they see it at your house and they smell it, or they hear you talking about it at work, it'll basically pay for the whole kit. So Young Living is an amazing company, voted an A by the Better Business Bureau, which I take very seriously as a businesswoman and a marketing professional. And they give you $50 for each time you get a check in the mail. For $50 when someone buys a kit, and it's just referred by you, which is amazing. Pat thought I was kidding. When he just saw the check last month and was like, "Whoa, this is real!" And I was like,
We both pay for it. Because we're crazy oil ladies now, because you see the benefits and then you just want to buy all the oils. That's what happens.
That's what
So
happens.
I'm warning you now. But once you start using them, you just want all of them, and so then you need to fund them, and so that's,
How much
Oh, they're free.
how many oils are there altogether?
oh my gosh.
100.
A few hundred.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number that Young Living has. I'll find that out for
I
you.
was just wondering if
Yeah. They have a certain amount of blends and then single oils, and I don't know the exact numbers, but it's pretty expansive.
Yeah, you'll figure out 1 or 2 work, and then you want more, and so you have to fund your. And that's a great way to do it. Now, once again, you absolutely don't have to do it. You can just enjoy them, but it's just an option if you want. I think we could talk a little bit about Essential Rewards, just a tiny bit to give people an idea of it, but then we'll kind of close up and we're going to do some fun activities, and we'll answer your questions later, guys, like I said. So, Jen, if you don't mind talking about the Essential.
Do you want me to Essential Rewards and close, or
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that? So
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. So Essential Rewards is, what I love about Young Living is they don't make you do any sort of auto payments. Once you buy the kit's $160, but if you were to buy everything in the kit individually at retail value, it would be over $320. This essentially comes for free, and frankincense, because that's, if you buy that, the 15 milliliter bottle is $74 alone. So it's a really good deal. But after that, you are a wholesale member. Anything that you would buy from Young Living is 24% off once you get the kit. That's like your membership entryway. You get everything that she explained. They give you a product catalog, which gives the background of the company. And then they give you this magazine because they want you to know how to use their oils. So there's a whole bunch of recipes and ideas about how to incorporate them into your cooking, into your lifestyle, your exercise routine, all of that stuff. Because you're not going to use them if you don't know how to. So once you start using them, then a lot of us found that, like, I didn't join Essential Rewards at first because I was just using a couple drops here and there just to make my house smell good. But then once I started going through them, I'm like, oh, I'm like buying them every month. Like, I need a way to save money. And so Essential Rewards is kind of like Discover's cashback bonus, but way better. So what it is, it's every month you can customize your order, and you have to spend $50 each month on oils, which once you start using them, it is not hard to spend $50 on oils.
No.
And you get percentages back. So for the first 3 months and then the next several months, you'll get an increasing amount. So initially 10%, then 20%, then 25% back as credits to use on Young Living products. So you get lower shipping and you get percentages back. So any purchase that you make is giving a return to you to use on future purchases. So for me, I was able to get a lot of free products. Like my favorite one that I get for free every month, which you guys can use if you want to rub it on, if anybody has neck stuff going on. This is my all-time favorite oil that I buy every month. It's Deep Relief, and it's a blend. And if you were to buy anything out of the kit, this is the one. And you just roll it on the back of your neck. If you guys want to, you can smell it too. But it feels so good. Like, I feel like I just went to the masseuse, and like everything was just
Her
relaxed.
costume's a lot better than mine, so maybe I should buy it.
It's great. But the point is, this isn't something you have to do. This is just a paper explaining it if you guys want to take it home. I don't know if you have enough for everybody, but it's just a way to save money if you're buying oils with any regularity. It's something that you can decide to do right off the bat. Say if you want the kit and then there's a couple extra oils that you know that you need for specific things, like for better sleep at night or different things. So like I want to add cedarwood on and I want to add Deep Relief. Then you might want to sign up for Essential Rewards right away just so you can get all the points from your big order and then use it next month. And then if you want to cancel it, then you can cancel it.
Yeah, you can cancel anytime.
Yeah, but that way you can at least get the points for becoming a member. But that's a little bit about Essential Rewards. It's just a way to save money in the long run if you end up using oils regularly for your family. But yeah, that's kind of everything about the kit specifically. Why we talk about the kit is because this combination of oils is what we call the everyday oils. It kind of covers the whole gamut of anything that you would need oils for. And a lot of us have replaced everything in our medicine cabinets just with this kit of oils. And if you're going to get oils, you need a diffuser because